15. 10. 5.
'Cameron Lee Hall is an interstate child sexual predator, and his victim is 11 years old. Cameron Lee Hall, a 28-year-old from Mount Morris, Michigan, groomed an 11-year-old family member since October of 2022. This family member and the innocence was stolen because of him and only him. Hall groomed this family member by using separation tactics, separating the victim from the family, isolating the victim, sleeping with the victim, showering with the victim, all while doing it clandestine, so we thought. But our investigation is continuing. There may be more charges for people that could have known that this was going on and didn't do anything. But this predator, just last week, got back from Kentucky, where he took the victim for 7 days alone on a business trip. We're working with other authorities because now you have other states involved. And this all came about because of the bravery of the victim and other family members that brought this to the attention of Hurley Hospital and our staff there at Hurley Hospital. When Sergeant Duhart from the GHOST team responded to Hurley Medical Center and started the process of investigation, this entire case was our top priority. The entire office of sheriff was devoted to finding his location, rescuing this victim, and giving this victim and the remaining family justice. But it did come without hard work, because we believe that through this process of over 8 months in going into the investigation and pulling phone records and do all these things to connect the dots, that we wanted to show that this case not only has merit, but also, are there any more victims? How many times has this been done? And because of our work with David Layton in the prosecutor's office, because of our work with Karen Hansen, who we worked on this case from the beginning, he was charged with 26 life offenses, 26 CSE first degrees, which are life offenses. He's in jail right now on a $260,000 cash bond. But let me tell you how the arrest happened. Now, we knew that he probably had a firearm, and it was true. The GHOST team and the investigators knew that he was on the run, and we were able to use technology to track him down to where he was with this loaded firearm. And it was in Vienna Township at a rallies on Vienna Road. We had teams there because of the search warrant that we had at the house, as well as teams on the road finding where he was. Our deputies in Vienna Township located the vehicle. It's a silver SUV. And I'm going to show you in a second the dash cam video of one of our patrol cars. And what you're going to see is what we call a tactical felony arrest. We knew the Hall was armed with a loaded handgun. In fact, this handgun was on the center console loaded. You're going to see the first patrol officer pull up, Sergeant Hunt. He's going to come out with a long gun. You're going to see a second officer come out. They immediately engage Hall. He comes up with his hands, and the case is closed at that moment. Here's that dash cam video. Hall is in that silver SUV. Lights are engaged. Commands are given. You'll see a second officer come around, hands up, and in custody. That's how fast things can happen in law enforcement, because we want to make sure that, based on the element of surprise and an overwhelming force, that there is no injuries, and that people like Hall, the interstate predator that he is taken into custody, and we can use our investigative tools to see if there's more victims. So I want to show you this video one more time because it goes fast. Again, this is the demeanor, and this is the tactical training that our officers have. One more time, Sergeant Sprague. Officers come in, the vehicle's already been seen by undercover officers, an engagement has taken place, verbal commands are given, compliance, he's taken into custody. That's the bravery of law enforcement in America today. These felony stops that happen on a regular basis every single day could have gone extremely bad, but because of the training and tactics, they were able to take him in custody. Now, I can't go into exactly what he said, but I will assure you this. There was no remorse, and there was no regret. This individual that takes the innocence of an 11-year-old family member is going to be held accountable. And that's why he's in jail, and that's why he has a bond. And I want to thank Hurley Hospital. I want to thank Voices for Children, the deputies that are assigned to Hurley Hospital, the Ghost team and Sergeant Duhart. I want to thank the teams that helped work this whole thing over the weekend, including Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Karen Hansen. You were able to get to where we are right now. But like anything else, if somebody's going to do this to an 11-year-old family member who has 9 kids, there's a good chance there's going to be more victims out there. Because this is deliberate. It's intentional. If this individual has harmed anybody out there, if this individual has harmed anybody you love, please come forward. We will protect you, and we will give your voice. We'll give your voice closure, and we'll hold people accountable. In fact, if it's not this case and there's something that's stirring inside of you, you can call 911. You can come here. We have people show up in the sheriff's jail lobby because they trust Ghost and they trust law enforcement, and that's why we do these stories. So I assure you this, to the family of this victim, he's going to be held accountable more than what he is right now. And because of the good work of the investigators and the prosecutor's office, he's going to go to prison. And we're going to work with our friends in other states. If there's more charges, there's coming. And if there's more people involved that knew it and didn't stop it, beware. Ghost is coming for you. Question.
Okay, so I actually have several questions. But when you say who has 9 kids, can you reiterate?
Yes. This is a blended family. So there are some natural children and there are some stepchildren. And those together total 9. And they're all under the teenage years.
Gotcha. And he's the father of some of the...
Within that group of people, correct. He is the father and stepfather.
Okay. And then how long had the investigation gone on? You said it was 8 months. Is that correct?
Not the investigation. The assault has taken place. And the question was how long? The assault has been taking place as early as we know since October of 2022. And we were made aware of it over the weekend of last, the first day of April. And we worked it all weekend, and he was in custody on Saturday.
Okay. And then what is the status of the victim right now?
The victim is doing fine, as can be expected. But that's where these support services come in. When a victim is victimized and comes forward, we have an obligation as a society as well as a profession to rehabilitate and to restore these victims. And that's why the aftercare is so vital, and this victim is in the aftercare program.
Okay. And then does the suspect have any prior offenses?
There's no criminal history that I know of that certainly deals with this when it comes to Hall.
Okay. And then my last question is, again, how did you all track him down? How did you all track him down to Vienna?
So we have investigative tools to track people that we use in conjunction with probable cause and in court orders, and we use those tools to track his location to the rallies on Vienna Road.
Actually, one more question. Do you know what this business trip entailed when you say he took the victim on a business trip to Kentucky? Do you know, like, he just kind of mentioned that it was a business trip, or, like, I guess?
It was a legitimate business trip. He had a job. But he isolated this victim, would take the victim to ice cream and only that victim, would sit with this victim and only that victim, and travel to Kentucky with only that victim. The grooming tactics that we see in this business cover a large playing field. And these predators like Hall will use different tactics depending on what's going to strike a chord with the victim that they seek to destroy. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I know it's a heavy topic. Again, to the family and the protected ones, we're going to stay with this case. Thank you for trusting us. To those that serve, thank you. But if you're a victim, please come forward. We will protect you. Until next time, be safe.
Ours is off.